Hi, my name is Dennis Caney, and I'm a 12-year veteran of Midland County Search and Rescue. Who or what is Midland County Search and Rescue? Midland County Search and Rescue is a group of highly trained volunteers that work under the direction of the Midland County Sheriff to help aid, assist other organizations or our own to find and locate missing people, children and adults. Today's program, we will be introducing something new, at least to me. I'm not familiar with it. So I invited Cindy Vickery along to help explain the Hug a Tree program. So exactly what is the Hug a Tree program and where did it start?
Wow. Well, thank you. The Hug a Tree program is something we've put on here in Midland a little bit, but we're getting back to doing more now. It's a program designed to teach kids, usually 5 to 12 or so, that age group, what to do if they get lost, especially if they're lost in the woods. How can they help themselves by how they behave when they're lost that will help them get found? And this program came about because about 40 years ago, a 9-year-old boy was lost out in California. He was camping with his family and he became separated from his brothers. That happens. And unfortunately, they searched for this young boy for 3 days with 400 people looking and looking and looking and trying to find him. And unfortunately, it was cold and he did not survive that. He was found, but it was 2 miles away from his camp and it was too late. Some of the searchers on that group, this was one of the first times they had been on a search and not found the child alive, and it was very hard on them. They came up with this idea for how to prevent that from happening again. They wanted to teach kids what to do. So if they're lost, how can they help themselves? How can they help the searchers find them? They put this program together. They shared it for many years, but then they decided to give the program to the National Association of Search and Rescue so that their people, which we're part of that group, they allow anyone to share this program in their communities. So it's a great program, way to teach our kids to help themselves if they get lost.
Good. The basic core of this film is to stay put and not wander, because if we search an area and we find no child and go on somewhere else and the child wanders into the area we've already searched, we're not going to find him.
Right.
So it's very, very critical. I can see that. Okay, let's watch this brief video and see what we can get out of it.
Absolutely.
Hi there, I'm Hugger Rabbit, and I live here in the forest. I see all kinds of people who come to visit. Some like to hike, some like to fish, and some just like to watch my friends. But every once in a while, I see someone who's gotten lost. When that happens, I want to tell them to hug a tree. So kids, watch carefully, and let's learn how to hug a tree. Hey, I have an idea. Let's have a picnic.
I'm sure glad we finally got a chance to get up here for our picnic. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It sure is. Well, what do you think, Johnny? Do you like picnics?
I like eating. I want to do some exploring, too.
It's great that you want to explore, Johnny, but remember to always take one of us with you.
I know. Tell somebody where you're going and don't go alone.
Here we are. Everybody out?
Lunch will be ready soon, Johnny. Stay close by. Where'd Johnny go?
I thought he was right here. He couldn't have gone too far.
Johnny!
Johnny! All right, you stay here, honey. I'll go find him.
All right.
A landmark is something like a big rock or tree that helps you know where you are. This mountain behind Johnny is a landmark. He could use it to help him find his way back where he came from. But Johnny's having a great time, and time flies when you're having fun. But now nothing around him looks familiar,
Uh-oh.
and Mom and Dad are nowhere in sight.
Mom? Dad? Mom? Dad?
Johnny realizes he's gone too far. He wishes he hadn't walked off alone. He also wishes he'd watched where he came from.
Mom? Dad?
Mom and Dad can't hear Johnny yelling because they're too far away, and he can't hear them either. He's scared. He can't help it. Johnny just wants to get back to his parents. Johnny should try and stay calm, but he starts to panic. And running is the worst thing he can do. Because he's running, he could trip and get hurt.
Johnny? John! Johnny! John! Johnny!
You didn't find him?
No, and I looked everywhere.
Well, what are we gonna do? We've got to do something right now.
I know. I'm going to go contact the sheriff. I'll be right back. So you stay here and just keep calling for him.
All right. Hurry.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This running isn't helping anything. I'm just getting hot, tired, and even more lost. I'm so tired. I gotta rest.
This is exactly the right thing for Johnny to do. And you too, if you're ever lost. Hug a tree. Hug a tree. A tree is alive just like you. It can be your friend. You can hug it, lean against it, sit by it, and even get to love it. Your tree will shelter you, help you feel better, and keep you in one place. If you're ever lost, find a tree, get next to it, and stay there. That's what I mean when I say hug a tree. See how Johnny's tree is next to a clearing? That's really good. Find a tree near an open area so that people looking for you will be able to see you easier. Johnny's doing the right thing, and so are his parents.
Johnny?
They've called the sheriff and help is on the way.
Johnny!
Johnny!
Oh, great. Now it's getting cold. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this big old bag.
Johnny's smart and always carries a trash bag with him. It's a simple shelter he can wear over his clothes to help keep him warm and dry. You wouldn't ride a bike without a helmet, would you? So don't hike without a big trash bag.
Oh yeah, I remember. Turn the bag upside down. Pinch the bag where my nose will be. Okay. And then make a small hole there. Just big enough for my face. Yeah.
Never ever put a bag over your head without making a hole for your face. And don't play with it. Use it only if you're lost. Johnny has another good idea. Since the ground is getting cold, he can pull some dry leaves and grass under him to sit on. Now he'll be even more comfortable. Ah, that's much better. Warm and dry just the way I like it. And if it's hot and sunny, Johnny can pull the bag over a bush for shade. This would help him stay cool. So remember, always carry a big trash bag with you when you go on a hike. After Johnny's dad went to get help, a whole bunch of people came. These are search and rescue volunteers. They're regular people who have jobs and families. But if you get lost, they'll come and look just for you, because they care about you and your family. Look at all these new friends Johnny has, and they're all here just to look for him.
Hi, my name's Mike. I'll be in charge of the search for your son. Did either of you see which way he went?
I'm not really sure, but I think he went that way.
Okay, we're looking for a little boy named John. He was last seen in a picnic area right about here. We don't know which direction he went because he didn't tell his mom which way he was going or where he was going. We are looking for some track around the campsite to see if we can figure out which direction he may have gone.
Johnny! Johnny! Johnny!
Search and rescue people are your friends, and they're really good at finding someone who's lost. They'll look everywhere. High places, low places, in bushes and trees.
Johnny!
They'll look and look and look.
John!
But you can do something real important to help them. Do you remember what it is?
John!
That's right. Stay in one place and hug a tree.
John!
When someone's calling your name real loud, it might sound like they're angry, but they're not. So don't be scared. They'll be very happy to see you. They just want to be as loud as they can so you can hear them.
John!
When it's dark, you might hear some friends of mine. They're usually just tiny animals, but they can make a lot of noise. They won't bother you, but if you want, yell at them. If it's an animal, it'll run away. But if it's someone searching for you, they'll find you and you'll be safe. All through the night, searchers kept looking for Johnny. Even though he was scared, he was safe because he stayed next to his tree. Now, in the morning, a search team has found something.
I think I've got something here. Yeah, I've got a track. Susan, why don't you call us in?
Base camp, this is team 2.
Go ahead.
We have a track that we believe is the subject's track. Stand by for location.
Air 5, this is base.
Go ahead, Dave.
Fly over a location about 1 mile east of our position and check the surrounding area.
Copy that, base. So we should be there in about 2 minutes.
We're bringing in a helicopter. It can cover a lot more area. We're going to find them.
Search base, Air 5. So we've got a visual on a person matching the description of your subject. If you can send a squad this direction, we're approximately 3/4 mile east of your location, and we can talk the squad in.
Copy that, Air 5. We're sending the closest team there now.
Are you Johnny?
Yeah.
We're sure glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too.
Johnny, you okay? Any cuts or bumps?
No, I'm fine.
I'm gonna check you out before we move you, if that's okay.
Sure.
Search base, team 3.
Go ahead, Team 3.
Search base, we're with Johnny. He appears to be okay. He wants you to tell his mom he's hungry.
Copy that, Team 3. I'm sending a litter in so you can give Johnny a ride back here.
Copy that.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Honey, we're just glad to have you back safe.
Hi, Johnny. How are you?
I think I'm okay.
Well, son, you did some very good things to stay safe out there. Staying near that tree and using that large trash bag were great ideas. You did exactly what we tell people to do when they're lost. Stay in one place and hug a tree. Now that you're safe, is there anything you would have done differently?
Well, I got kind of scared and I ran for a while. But I think that just made me hot and tired, and even more lost.
You're right. Running isn't safe and it uses up a lot of energy. Especially at night when you could have fallen off a cliff or in a hole and gotten badly hurt. And keeping that jacket with you even though it was really hot, that was a real good idea. Johnny, from now on, I'd like you to keep this whistle with you when you go hiking. Because even if you're exhausted, you can blow that whistle and can be heard from far away. And you can use a small mirror or anything shiny to reflect light far away. Searchers on the ground can see it, and you can shine it up towards the helicopter.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Speaking of helicopters, would you like to know some of the things that you can do to be seen easier from the air?
Sure.
From up in the sky, it can be really hard to see people on the ground, especially if they're under trees. So if you hear a helicopter, try to get out in the open where you can be seen. Also, Johnny, dark clothes blend in with trees and bushes, but if you wear bright clothing, you'll really stand out. Another thing you can do to be seen easier is to find some rocks, sticks, branches, or anything you can get a hold of and form a big X or an SOS on the ground close to where you are. It may not look like much to you from the ground, but to us, it's like a big sign that says, "Here I am." And finally, Johnny, make yourself big. If you see a helicopter, lay down on the ground and stretch out your arms and legs as wide as you can.
Well, Johnny, this turned out good because you stayed calm and used your head. Your head's the best survival tool you've got. Now, do you remember some of those things we talked about?
Sure. Wear bright clothes, keep warm and dry with a trash bag, have a whistle and mirror, make a big X or SOS. Oh, and make myself big.
And?
Hug a tree.
Thanks for watching, kids. Stay safe, and remember, hug a tree.
We're back now. I thought that was a very interesting video. I noticed the boy had a large black garbage bag with him. That was kind of interesting there, wasn't it, Cindy?
It was. So, we don't really know why he had it. Maybe he had heard of Hug a Tree before, but it was lucky he did. It was a cold night out there in the woods, I'll bet.
It was, and it was and for inclement weather, should it happen to sprinkle or something, it'd be nice to have one in your pocket anyways. And I noticed he didn't carry a whistle with him, which is what we also recommend.
That whistle works much better than a voice. You can blow the whistle and do it time and time again. It doesn't tire you out, and it carries so much further.
Yeah, it's a good video, and we definitely want the parents to emphasize this and repeatedly go over with their children with this so it gets embedded. And by the way, the adults out in the woods can do the same thing.
Absolutely. It's not just kids that get lost, so adults need to know what to do as well.
It makes it much, much easier for the search teams to locate someone if they're not wandering around in the woods.
Absolutely. Sit down, hug a tree.
Okay.
Stay put.
All right. Now, remember, if someone goes missing, please don't hesitate to call. Don't be embarrassed. I would rather go on 50 false calls and miss the real one. So don't bother. Remember, when a loved one is missing, every minute counts. Remember, they can get farther away and it takes us longer and harder to find them. So please, don't hesitate to call. Don't be embarrassed. Every minute counts, okay? And thanks for watching. We appreciate your time, and teach your kids. Thank you.